red wines, but here it's the other way around. This is kind of away from the seaside, kind of considered as a continental part, and here they do grow one variety which is called Malvasia of Dubrovnik, which is quite good, and the white one is very special. Here the red one is good as well, but not as good as the white one. And these people, they just didn't know what to start. The agriculture doesn't pay out, they cannot work in tourism, we cannot only depend on tourism as well. So they started to produce some wine, and you're going to see when you cross the valley, because you're going to cross the valley on the other side. You can see some of the vineyards along the road. They are not big ones. Everybody owns like a couple of small ones, so they produce a small amount of wine. But this became kind of a good business here in the Konavle region. But for the rest of the land, of the rest of the cultures, like they could produce the wheat, nobody does it. The corn, nobody does it. And in general, the agriculture really doesn't pay out. So very soon we're going to arrive to, let's say, administrative center of the valley. In general, the settlement called Gruda, and then you're going to drive through the Gruda and drive all along on the other side to visit the mill. There was interesting fact about those water mills. They used to be in use until the 60s of the new modern electrical mills. There's one river which the source is somewhere in the middle of these mountains here, and it goes steep down, giving enough water throughout the whole year to be able to operate the mills. And plenty of settlements are in surroundings, not only here but even behind the mountains. They used to load the mules and the donkeys and bring the wheat or the corn here to the mill to make some flour. And that was the business. This one and this one, which is called foolery, including the garments, the clothes. They used to operate until the 60s of the last century, and they were then completely neglected. So because the new one, much faster, much bigger amount of wheat you can ground and make the flour out of it. Much faster, much less money, much less work, much less effort, etc. So they were replaced, and very fast they were completely neglected. Just a couple of years ago, two of them, they've been brought back from the history and renewed. One of them is a restaurant, the local cuisine. And the other one, the one which we are going to visit, it's just reconstructed in such a way it will be shown to people to teach them how the people used to ground the wheat back in time, or how to make the flour back in time. So we're going to see that. First we're going to have some refreshment, of course a toilet break there, and that facility, and then Blaise is going to tell you a couple of words about the mills and about the foolery. Of course, you're going to have to use your devices here for the first time, because the sound of the water is kind of a really thundering, and you cannot hear when he speaks normally. So through these devices, it's quite good, quite okay. And then we're going to have a snack which is made by the homemade smoked ham. Smoked ham is something which is here called prosciutto, and in Italy they call it prosciutto crudo. Prosciutto crudo, which is basically the ham after they slaughter the pig. Then they cut the meat into pieces, of course, and then the legs, the hams, they hang them in the smokeries, and there's a certain process in the smoked meat, and after the 6 or 7 months of smoking it, it's ready for consumption. It could last for several years, because it's dehydrated meat. It's very tasty, and that's a local specialty. So you can see these vineyards. Take a look at the small, nice one here. Just a small one. Nobody owns the huge one. Like, it's not like the region which is Napa Valley or something. It is just several smaller vineyards with this different position, the different terroir, different composition of the soil, different amount of the rain, so different. Only one variety of the wine, but different quality of the wine of the same variety. Variety of the same variety of the grape, but different quality of the wine. So that's how it works. That's how it works here. And here we are in the village called Ljuta, after the river, which is coming from this mountain, and it's the river which you're going to see very soon. The river which it's born somewhere in the middle part here in the mountain, and brings enough water to the entire region to be able to operate these mills. Okay, you're going to see it was quite interesting. So I do suggest that first thing we do is to use the toilets. They're going to prepare everything, and then have a small kind of a welcome drink. And then the gentleman is going to tell us a couple of words about the production of the flour and how they used to operate these old ancient mills.
Do they have olive trees here too?
They do have olive trees as well. Vegetation here, it's a typical Mediterranean. So the olive trees, figs, rosemaries, carob trees, pomegranates, everything what you can imagine in a Mediterranean country, So that's Mediterranean pure here. So I don't know, right now I don't see any of these olive trees, but here we go, take a look in front of us. Those are all the olives. Here, the one to the left right now, those are all the olives. Olive trees. Like olive grove. And that's a big one without the leaf, or a small amount of leaf, it's a fig. This one to the right. And the one, I don't know if they're blossoming yet, but if they have a specific red blossom, this is the pomegranates.
Well, what is that water?
That's the water, that's a river. That's a river of Ljuta, which brings enough water to, those were 14 mills, which most of them are neglected, but two of them, they've been brought back from the past. And they're not functioning for making flour because it would be really expensive, but, show to tourists, and one of them is a restaurant. Take a look, one of these mills here on the right-hand side, exactly, right now. That's one ancient mill, but not in use anymore. Yeah. And all these canals full with the water. Take a look here on the left-hand side and the right-hand side as well, all are man-made. They're giving the water a direction to go directly to these mills to be able to make them operate. The one which we are interested at, it's right in front of us. There's a lady dressed in national costume. She's bringing already the drinks out. Yeah, and we're going to stop here and, take some local treat, local liqueur.